X50. It's bored out to 306. It's cammed. It also has full exhaust. It's also supercharged with a Powerdyne supercharger, and it has a bottle of nitrous in it as well. It's got a whole system. I believe it's never been used. I've never used it yet, but from what I've been told, it has 100 shot in it, which, you know, is kind of where you want it to kind of be safe, but at the same time still make quite a bit more power. So basically the plan right now is to get it restored as close to original as possible as far as the trim and everything. There's going to be a lot of that I need to do. I just picked the vehicle up a couple weeks ago, and so I'm still working on it. So we're going to get those replaced today. I'm currently on my way to work, and when I get off, we'll hopefully go pick up a pump and get that put in and get that ready for a show that we have this weekend. So we'll see you guys back at the house. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got our fuel pump here. Now we just gotta get the jacks out and put those under the car, get it jacked up, put the jack stands under it, and get to work. Okay, so first thing you're gonna have to do is get this out. And that's gonna be right here on the side of the tank. It's bolted up to the tank up there, right? And that's where the gas comes in from, up by the gas cap. Comes right through here into the tank. So if you try and, you know, just unbolt your tank, that's gonna basically just rip the side of this off. So you just wanna get that off first. Another thing I forgot to mention is if you're ever working on anything with your gas tank or anything like that, you should always want to unhook your negative battery terminal, just so that, you know, you don't get any sparks from anything like that. So just make sure that's good and out of the way and not going to touch anything, so you don't get any sparks. Next, you're going to come in here under your tank, and as you can see, you got the socket on there. You got one there, you got one right over there. So those are 15 millimeter. Make sure you have a jack under your tank to hold it, so that doesn't just like slip out and fall. That would not be good, especially if you have gas in the tank. It's always best to do this with the, slightest amount of gas in there. You don't want to have any if possible. So there's our filter as well. We're going to get that out, and so we're going to get these off, take the tank out, and then I'll show you where the cables are that are hooked up to that. All right, so once you get the tank down, you got two clips right there, and on the right side, you got one up there. So another thing you're gonna need is one of these line disconnects. I'll show you how to use it, but basically this end is gonna slip up inside the line. Put the line on, you push it, and it'll just push it right off. Unless you have one of these, you have to kind of make one with a Sharpie lid or something like that. But we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and use one of these because they're pretty inexpensive. You can pick them up at AutoZone or whatever. So we got the lines off. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to take this, you stick it on one of these. I believe it's this one right here. Just push. And you kind of see in there, it's got like a little, I don't even know what you call it. But you got to have this tool to get it off. You also want to make sure this is not still going in the tank. That just pops out from over here. You just pull it out. All right, so now what we're going to do is get this fuel filter out. And on mine, I'm not sure what, you know, everybody else has. This one's a little different, I believe, because I think this guy kind of did everything custom. It looks like this is the original filter. So if it's like this one, all you have these little clips right here. Just pop that little clip out. Same thing on this side, pop that one out. and then you got this band right here. You got to take that band off, and all you got to do is slide it out, pop these hoses off, and just pop the new ones back in. It's real simple. The thing you want to make sure of is that you clean around here, because like this stuff right here, that'll all get in your tank, and you might as well not even replace your fuel pump if you're just going to ruin it again. So now you got all that cleaned off. All you got to do is take a screwdriver, which you want to use something copper if you can, because it doesn't spark, but I don't have that, so I'm just going to have to use a screwdriver. But what I'm going to do is take a hammer, just kind of drive this ring around and take that off. All you got to do is pull the pump out, put another pump back in, put your new ring in, tighten it, and then do everything in reverse, put it back in. So that's what we're going to do. Alright guys, so we got the fuel pump in, we got the fuel filter in, everything's running great as you can see on the video. So we just came out here doing a little cruise just so we can test things out, make sure everything's good to go. So far everything's running great. We did have one problem last night, which is why you saw in the video of the car running, basically it was dark out by the time we finished. Basically what happened was took the fuel pump out, put it back in. The little plug that goes onto the fuel pump with the two wires had broken, and it would have taken like 2 weeks to get another one in. So what I did was I took another plug from something else, basically fabbed up a plug, and it worked great, it worked fine, but for some reason the guy before me that owned this had painted the red wire black. And so I thought that was the ground wire, so I had plugged it into the ground plug over there, and the other one obviously onto the hot wire. Well, basically that was backwards. So when I would turn the key, the pump would buzz like it was working, but when you try and start it, it wasn't pumping anything. So it just kind of took a while to figure that out. We took everything apart, put it back together, and I kind of realized I saw a little piece of the red wire through the black paint that he had put on there. So I just redid all the wiring myself, and that just kind of fixed everything. Everything's back in place now, so just make sure if for some reason you do have to do that, make sure your wires are in the right spot where they need to be. But other than that, I think that's going to be it for the video. We have a car meet coming up this weekend. We've got it on Saturday, so we're going to get a bunch of footage from that. And also we've got another car show coming up in May/June. I think it's like the first couple days of June. And that's going to be the Carlisle All Fords National. Hopefully we're going to be able to make it to that. So be looking forward to that. We've got some more footage coming up, also of some restoration stuff, different trim stuff that we need to replace and all that stuff. So we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.